This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Today's game continues this Brooklyn Nets homestand.
Yeah, and you know, we're always looking for motivation. I think there is a lot of pride going into this game for this group, looking to avoid the season sweep after dropping those first two. They'll play with a lot of that motivation.
No good from Booker. It's Miami's ball. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue.
Well, we playing getting his get, trying to get his get back in 2K.
Man, Roy getting flocked.
But he get put down.
To the middle. Looking for Hayward. He gets it there. And Rose throws it down.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right. GA seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
Oh, good steal.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Okay, if you say so. I was standing right in front of you, sir.
4-point game.
It wasn't me.
Out to the wing. Outside Roy. That's in.
And where were you at? You was on Joker. You was on Joker, right? It was green. What are you talking about?
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Ewing. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. Roy can't hit.
That was their first miss
Damn
of
it.
the game.
No transition. No, it don't matter. No transition, so I can deal with that foul.
Brooklyn with the ball. They trail by 7. Here's Rose. And he uses the glass on the layup. Rose has got his second basket of the game.
Well, that's about effort, carving space for the interior look. And one attribute we'll always talk about with Rose is the heart that he plays with.
Here's Wembanyama. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Now here's Booker. Inside. Out to Hayward. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. And while we've got a moment,
I don't know what you were thinking. You should have just taken it up with Patrick Ewing.
Thanks very much. Was able to talk with Jordy from
I understand now. Just saying, you
thinks they need to focus on speeding up Nikola Jokic rather than trying to slow him down. Coach said Jokic dominates the game at his own pace, so we need to put more pressure on him and not allow him to play so patiently. Of course, that's easier said than done. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Roy. After Gordon Hayward's bucket. Wembanyama, a screen. And Roy, here we go. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Boy, he's heating up fast coming out of the gate. 4 out of 5 from the field.
Now here's Hayward. Here's Rose. 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by Richardson. Miami leading by 5. For 3, Roy. It's in, and he's a very...
They didn't give me nothing. I shot that. Green, sir.
Just makes scoring look so effortless. It's why you love watching Roy play the game.
Here's Booker. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it.
He cuffed the ball. What are you talking about?
Here's Richardson. Off target there.
Damn it, man.
The lead to double digits. Well,
good shit.
Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact.
Damn me what? To do that?
And then Roy with the jam.
And look at hanging in the air, double pump, and then throws it down.
And you see the D, they just stepped aside, let him pick what kind of move he wanted to make. Wow. Kicks it out to Booker. Randle outside.
Good shot.
Off target with his 3. Miami.
Yeah, that was crazy. Damn, ball went right off of somebody. Whose head was it? I think it was Wemby's head, I think.
On Devin Booker. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Ever questioned his court vision. Rose playing
they got you playing center,
being the leader this team needs him to be.
Wembanyama outside.
Yeah, leave him.
And he drops in the layup off the
Please
glass.
leave him.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Rose, no good. And here's Miller outside. Another shot. Jokic with the bucket.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Nets trailed by 11. Brunson outside. Pass to Gordon. Right side Towns. Levine trying to free himself up.
Good one.
And the dunk by Towns.
Boy, when these bigs like Karl Anthony Towns show off that power, you've got to love it.
Richardson with it. Now guarded by Towns. Here's Sampson. His
Good
first
defense.
shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Brunson. It's blocked.
And Sampson literally takes away a part of the floor.
How dare
when he's
you.
out there. Don't even try to get shots off in his area, or that's what's going to happen.
Just 3 to shoot. Shot by Gordon. Wide
Oh, good read. Good put back.
And
Good
it's
hustle play.
Towns on the follow.
I tell you what, he was on a mission on that possession. Did not stop working until he got it up and in.
There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
Oh, you're supposed to block that from the back.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Both free throws good for Miller.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Heat lead by 9. Live from Brooklyn, New York.
25.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Brunson hits a 2-pointer. Francis grabs the board.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he
My
can't
bad.
get that one to
Sorry
go.
you late.
Shots good by Miller. When a team, Doris, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Yeah, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting, even when you don't have your best game available.
Ah, Sampson, you got there late, man.
Reporter David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalen Brunson is a very cerebral player. He says he focuses on the little things. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Booker outside. Here's Towns. And Towns throws it down.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Here's Sampson. And it is flushed down.
I guess that's how the Brooklyn Nets floor is.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Good foul, Wallace.
The decisive finish. Great timing, tremendous force.
And Doris, what a breakout for the guard Jalen Brunson these last couple seasons.
Kevin, I think what's taken a lot of us by surprise is how capable he is in being the center point of an entire offense. And not only as a scorer for himself, but involving all the guys around him. Truly an incredible transformation.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And there's the call on Roy.
Good play.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
First personal foul. Team seconds.
And stolen by Richardson.
Defense is all about anticipation, and he had perfect anticipation on that pass and comes away with the steal.
Pass to Wallace. Here's Sampson.
I'm sorry, I just had to laugh at the way he fell to the ground.
Number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
With the step back. Here's Rose. Rebound by Wallace.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor. And
oh, that's bullshit.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like
good
that.
Shot.
The defense just dodged.
But you had that for sure.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Miami.
A huge part of their offense, pushing the ball. Looking for fast break opportunities, always a good idea.
They've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
Doris, what's the key for a team like the Nets, who have to hit the reset button, so to speak?
I think, Kevin, you have to find consistency at the head coaching position, because then you can set clear and achievable goals for your team going forward. You set a style of play, commit to it, and just build year by year, game by game.
Fades away. That one's not going to go. Miami leading by 14.
Wow.
And Rose picks him up defensively.
I knew he was going to blow it. I knew he was going to blow it.
Brooklyn with the ball. To the paint. Jokic with the steal. And now in transition, it's Roy. Here we go. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Devin Booker.
Yeah, good luck trying to guard Brandon Roy. This guy can do it all out there.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Shot clock at 5. Picked by Randall. Here's Booker. Lands
good shot.
The rim and drops. Booker's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, that one very close. Booker shows great awareness getting that one off.
Good foul.
And the foul on Rose. That is his first foul of the game.
Coming up on the floor.
Play with it. Now defended by Hayward. And the shot is good. Roy's got 20 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Battier with the steal. Here's Francis.
That's
and the 3 off
bullshit.
Nets trailed by 17. Left side Rose. Pass to Ewing. Hayward outside. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Rose. And it's Miami with the rebound.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Oh, my
Down
bad.
low. Here's Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Jokic so clever at taking advantage in that pick and roll.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Wallace trying to break free. And that one's good. Jokic. 6 points for Jokic.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
I think this is what we call, quote, running a team off the floor. They have been fantastic in transition.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him. And once Roy takes that first step, the defense knows trouble is on the way, and then he's just able to slice right through them. Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Hart with it. To the inside. Towns.
Good shot.
Off the glass. Towns has got 8.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Roy from outside. And so it's the Miami
I can't believe they didn't fall in.
19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And it's Rose with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 19-point game. Inside, Jokic with the steal. Now here's Roy to the paint. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Towns, no luck.
Say what?
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly.
He had to.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Good take.
And it's in there.
And how about the muscle inside from Ewing? Easily getting to wherever he wants to on that low block.
Poked loose. Outside Roy. Drills it from outside. Roy's got 25 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as...
So he lost to Mayweather too?
Kevin?
That's 3 in a row.
Talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big...
Oh, he gave it. That's right. He gave him the game.
For Coach Fernandez.
That's right. So that's 3 in a row. I forgot.
And one thing among many...
Hey, I was out working. I forgot.
The way he goes to work in the paint. Wow.
Kevin, at his size, you have got to be crafty. You've got to have great footwork and great patience. You've got to be willing to work in a crowd. What he does is really impressive.
Pass to Jokic. Back to Richardson. 6 to shoot. And not too long ago, Doris.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
I mean, think about it, Kevin. A few years back, people were talking about Brooklyn being a dynasty in the making. They were
crazy.
with
Y'all
talent.
funny.
And for a lot of reasons, it fell apart pretty quickly. How fine is that line between success and failure in the league? Incredible.
Outside Rose. Not going to go that time. Good work defensively by Richardson. Battier, that's for 2. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Pass to Ewing. Rose looking around. Battier with the steal.
You're doing too much, Kels.
Here's Roy. And then Roy with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Damn, couldn't get there.
It's 2 points. Don't
Good
hang
though.
your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience. Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now the other guys on his team have got to step forward. You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
They get the rebound. And Wembanyama gets it to go. Wembanyama's got 8.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Here's Towns. A putback. Pass to Ewing. Back to Towns. Tries it again.
Good shot. Wow, I can't believe you didn't make that.
And Towns
Good shit.
throws it down.
The problem is the defense has now allowed Karl-Anthony Towns to establish the rhythm. Now you've got to double him or get it out of his hands because he's cooking right now.
Third team foul. Substitutions on the court.
To the wing on the left. Richardson outside. Off target from outside. Pass to Towns.
Wow.
Grabs the miss.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
And here's Miller outside. Again, the miss by the Heat. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
And it's the Heat with the ball.
Last 2 minutes to play.
Oh, wrong button.
Wembanyama with it. Zubac defending. Jokic a screen. Miller with a wide open look. And Jokic slams it in.
Oh, great effort. They're fighting for that loose ball. Joker continues to attack the offensive glass.
Out to Stoudemire. 1:32 left in the third. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Pass to Jokic.
Stop.
Outside for Roy. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Zubac. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Miami making a change here.
On the court.
So it's Brooklyn now. Got a hand on it. One-on-one here. Roy with it. Now guarded by Booker. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Devin Booker.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Miami?
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
Good one.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
His third personal foul.
DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
The Heat have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Getting tired, man. It was just a question. Damn, he had to get all defensive. What's up? All right, yeah.
So it's Miami now. Pass to Roy. Launches it. Brooklyn with the rebound. There's 31 seconds left in the third. Over in the corner, Randall. His three-pointer's off the mark. And here's Miami.
He tired too.
Outside Roy. Now Wallace. Doesn't go for him. And so it's Miami out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll reach.
You good over there?
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so here is Miami. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his first foul. And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
Miller with the ball. Now defended by Hayward. Wallace. Misses the three. The ultimate
really game.
Josh Hart.
Like that.
Plays way bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. This is the best rebounding guard I've ever seen in my career covering the NBA. Let's remember, he won a national title in college. He's willing to do absolutely anything to help his team win. You want this guy on your side. Now, the intensity, the toughness, the absolute ability to play bigger than your size, that is Josh Hart.
And he makes the first.
At the line for Miami, Rudy Gay.
Rudy Gay hits them both.
And Gay, just so difficult to guard. Skilled with his ability to shoot it and still explosive at attacking the rim.
Hayward the bounce pass. Top of the key, Booker. Over Francis. No good from Booker.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And it's off from three-point range. And here are the Nets. Here's Hayward. And
good recovery.
Gordon Hayward has an exceptional ability to get out on the break. This guy's a terrific athlete who the defense has trouble staying in front of.
Why you asking him that? Because you beat him that bad?
Sampson's shot, good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
And the league limiting players from making public trade
comeback or what?
Which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot. Keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leading.
Pass to Francis. And he banks in the layup. Francis has got his first basket.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And now running up the court, Miller pushing it up. Pull up Jay. Here's Wallace. Good.
Well, just it's easy to say this guy wanted it more, creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
It's Miller on the wing. Down low. Here's Sampson. That one drops for him. Sampson's got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And it's sent back by Wallace. Left side, Miller. Pass to Wallace. Rudy Gay on the wing. Miller inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint. And
thank good looking out. I was about to say I could take care of it after I take care of this game.
And they get it. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact.
Way to draw the foul, Kels.
One foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. And so often, we'll hear talk about how many rings a great player has. Doris, do we emphasize that maybe too much?
I think, Kevin, first and foremost, a great player is great no matter what. This is a team sport, and a player doesn't have control necessarily of the parts and pieces behind him or the organization within which he's trying to succeed. Titles matter, certainly, there's no question, and it's great fodder for fans, but it's not how I define a great player.
Randall.
What?
Yes, and the foul.
Damn, Rasheed fouled out.
And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And Miami making a change here. On the free throw, no good.
It seems to me Julius Randle improves every season, and the more responsibility he's given, it seems the better he performs.
Pass to Zubac. Trying to get open is Randle. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Into the lane. Miller, that's for two. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Miller's got 4 this quarter.
I'm not sure what he was thinking exactly, but he finds a way to convert.
Hayward goes in.
Hayward viciously exploiting the lane to the basket, a resounding message whenever the defense sleeps on him.
Here's Francis.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just
good take.
Find a way, and he does.
And Miami has possession. And here's Oakley. To the middle. Here's Sampson.
Oh, good steal.
And stolen by Randall. Stoudemire, and that is good.
This is something you're seeing evolve with Mikal Bridges, expanding his playmaking abilities.
Kicks it out to Gay. From outside, off the mark. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Hayward. Sampson pulls it in. And there's a call on Gordon Hayward.
Well, it's been consistent the last couple of days.
Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
Moves back up. Zubac, no good.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Heat.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in the first 2 games against this team, which equaled 2 wins.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Brandon Roy.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
And talk about victors and guys who play to their strengths. What about Zubac? He does a great job.
He does, Kevin, a 7-footer who wants to play like a 7-footer. He's an outstanding rebounder. He doesn't need the ball offensively. You know he's going to show up and give you great effort every night.
And here's Booker from the arc. Here's Ewing. That's tipped. Here's Smith. Drops in the layup for 2.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside Oakley lets the 3 fly. The shot comes out. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it.
Hell no. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. He's averaging like 30 points a game. What are you talking about? Okay, let me rephrase it. He usually average about 25. What you need? No, we both of our games were close. And we still, you didn't. $62-66. You beat me by 4, and then you beat me by 10.